35 Insane Breakup Stories. According to Reddit. Number 35. He'd been cheating on me and racking up debt. We had gotten married and made life plans that he had always known would come to fruition because of what was going on behind closed doors. Yet he allowed me to marry him anyway, knowing that I was signing up for a life that I did not want and that we did not agree upon. I would have been the one to bear the brunt of the consequences for his actions. 5 years together. Bye, Felipe. Damn. I wonder if his name really was Felipe. And damn, my man Momo out here with that $20 super chat as soon as the stream starts. Oh shit!
Thank you again, Papa Sahil.
He is the stream boss now. I see what you're doing, my man. That's a scary snipe, Momo. Me, my Momo. My man Momo. Oh, whoa, you guys can't hear the music? Oh, no. Oh, no. Thank you for calling that out. Shout out to my man American Odyssey for letting me know that the music wasn't being captured by OBS. I have corrected that, so hopefully you can hear that right now. But a special thanks to Momo for his $20 contribution. You're a badass, my man. And you're also the stream boss, so give it up to your new king. Oh my god. But as we travel up this list, we arrive at number 34. And for clarification, the question being asked in this Ask Reddit thread is, what's something that you found out about your significant other years into the relationship that made you reevaluate the whole relationship? So, I imagine some of them may not be breakup stories, but here's hoping that it was dank enough to where, there was no other alternative. Number 34. Just the realization that he is very content living with his mother at the age of 34. He has issues with me wanting to plan ahead in our long-distance relationship because he thinks it will be forced and he likes things to just happen. The thing is that a successful relationship doesn't just happen. Yeah, homie, it's work. And he is lacking the initiative to come visit me. I refuse to plan for him. I would love to plan for him. Or I would love to plan with him. I'm really doubting that we will make it. We are 3 years into the relationship. Sounds like one person's given more than the other. Pretty messed up. Rebecca says, hi all, listening while driving in the rain, keeping me chill. You focus on that road and stay safe. As we continue up, we reach number 33. When I had my first child, the pregnancy wasn't a surprise or an accident. We talked about it, we planned, and got a little overbearing during the pregnancy. Like insisting on breastfeeding without even discussing it with me. I put it down to new dad nerves and not knowing any better. It turns out that was always the tip of the iceberg, or only the tip of the iceberg. He believed that children were completely and totally a wife's responsibility. Uh-oh. He wouldn't change a diaper? Wow. He wouldn't pick up the baby if it cried? No way would he get up in the middle of the night. My God. He expected me to work a full-time job plus do all the childcare. What? At that point, I was confused and appalled, but I told myself he just needed time to adjust. Girl. I realized how delusional I was when the baby got sick while he was on a fishing trip. The doctors thought the baby had meningitis. So not just sick, but life-threatening sick. I called and asked him to come home. He refused. He'd paid for 2 more days of fishing. He didn't want to lose the money. Well, girl, I hope you got the hell out of that situation. I encourage you, I implore you, if you're listening to this and you don't have a kid and you're with some fuck boy or fuck girl that you think you want to spend the rest of your life with, spend time together under one roof, my dude. Talk to one another about a child before you have one. If y'all fucked up and got pregnant, talk about it, my dude. Don't let the kid plop out and expect either person to just fulfill roles suddenly that they don't know how to, you know what I mean? Even the most prepared parents are not prepared. So my God, man. Because the sad part about this isn't just the mom and the dad continuing to live the irresponsible lives that they know no other way, but you're fucking up the life of a child now that's gonna grow up to fuck up other people's lives. You're starting something terrible, boy. Rihanna says this may be weird, but your voice puts me to sleep. You're probably only the 1000th person to say that, so no worries, you know what I mean? With your teenager ass, it's okay. I hope that this can be a distraction or something to lull people to sleep or something to just help them relax while they take it easy. Maybe you're in the bathroom, you know, taking care of business every day, taking care of business, and don't forget to wipe. Chris Hansen says, Kyle, you mind telling me what you're doing here? Why don't you have a seat? What are you doing here? You came out here, you drove all this way to meet an underage girl. Why don't you have a seat? You know how much, man, it's terrible because every couple of months I end up marathoning To Catch a Predator. It's a nightmare. I can't get away from it. It's my guilty pleasure. So, as we roll up this list, we arrive at number 32. There's a ton of things that I discovered over the years. We were together, but the biggest one was he had lied about his exes. He talked terribly about them and would make them all sound like cheaters and liars or just plain psychopathic. It turns out that's not true at all. They were none of those things, and I found out the hard way that it was him that embodied all of those qualities all along. We have broken up and gotten back together many times over the past 6 years, but it ended for the last time this weekend. This weekend, so you tell yourself, you dirty mother. You dirty bing bong, skip scop, scallywag, give a hoe a bone. You know, she gonna be back. Y'all need to quit some of these fools, like acting like this is the only dude in the world. You know how many men are out there? Jeez. Not perfect men by any means, but why are you messing around with your ex when you have already, you've already run that course and figured out firsthand that it's not gonna work? People delude themselves into thinking that people will change for the better. Just because they can doesn't mean they will. Bing bong. Windpocalypse says, I just got done with my second day of college. These lists are always soul food, so thank you for that. Thank you for, listening. Jesus says, Chris Hansen, I brought wine coolers and condoms and a trouser snake. My favorite is when they're just like, how do you think this looks? And the guy's just like, look, I wasn't going to do anything. You brought condoms. You brought alcohol. Yeah, man, it was for me, I mean, I wasn't going to do, I made up my mind when I was out in the car. I wasn't going to do anything, man. I would never. I haven't done anything, dude. You can't get me. I didn't do anything. You're free to go. Okay, I could just walk out. All right. Yes. And then they walk out and the cops are right there. Hilarious. B. Bustin says, hey, Kyle. Hope you're having a good day. That's not what that says. And staying away from all the crazies. The crazies find me. You know what I mean? It's like that one quote I keep repeating because I love it so much. When you're good, you'll tell everybody, but when you're great, they'll tell you. It's like when you're good, I imagine. Nah, man. I love everybody that's close to me. You guys are wonderful, Chris says, as long as your guilty pleasure isn't children, you're okay with me. Is this guy really going to keep this shtick up for the whole freaking list? We'll see. I feel like our streams need more novelty characters, Oh my God. As we continue up the list of 35 insane breakups, we arrive at number 31. 7 years in, I found out that he was a high school dropout without a GED. Ugh. Unsubscribe. Just kidding. He's that would be a pretty fun, You don't have your diploma? And then you just take off the ring. You got me fucked up, you simpleton. Sorry. He had initially told me that he was a game design major and turned down a job opportunity with EA Toronto because he didn't want to leave me. I don't want to leave you.
I mean, how can you believe that?
I literally told him, go, we can figure out this shit later. This won't wait. I should have known then. Ugh, love is blind. but only for so long. Live, laugh, love. You know what I mean? What the fuck? Love is blind. Somebody say you should have broken up with him when he said EA. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. As we continue up this list, man, we number 30. A little over a year after being officially together, I finally put together that they had cancer in the family. Oh no. Despite being crazy in love with this girl, this made me want to back out because I totally saw a future with her. Coward. Her grandpa and dad both had head and neck cancers. 2 aunts and one uncle were survivors of ovarian and lung cancer, and I knew I wanted kids and she did too, so there was always this looming fear that our future children might get it. Still went through with it because she mattered more to me than all of my fears combined. Life plays a cruel joke, and despite having no vices and being an occasional drinker, she got the big C as well. Head, shoulders, knees and toes. Head and neck, just like grandpa and her dad. Cancer sucks, man. Lost her a little over a year ago. Still no regrets. I love her a lot. That's a hell of a reason for a breakup, man. You know? Yo, Torture Your Soul said my name 3 times. Were you trying to summon me out there, man? You don't summon me by saying my name 3 times. You summon me with money, 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 money. Money. As we roll up to number 29, it reads as follows. He hid a few Xanax and addiction withdrawals, and I forgave him. He stole $4,000 from our joint savings account that I only contributed to. I forgave him. He sexted and was trying to meet up with random women, which made me realize I should probably leave. But the thing that made me certain was when I realized that he didn't actually want an equal relationship. He expected me to shop, cook, clean, and be responsible for him for the rest of our lives. He pretended to want what I wanted. I appreciate you, Bel Jasso. That's a very interesting little picture you got there, my man. I hope that you have a fantastic evening. And everybody always remember, I appreciate your donations of Tree Fitty.
What's Tree Fitty?
$3.50.
Tree Fitty. Tree Fitty.
I have a secret to tell you all. I may or may not be playing a Pokemon-oriented game right now. And it may or may not be just kind of walking around in the California area. And it may or may not have drifted too far from where it was supposed to be. So I may or may not be readjusting it so that that doesn't happen again. I love you all. Forgive me. You know, the guy was hiding addiction, and he was stealing money from the girl. He was sexting other people and didn't want an equal relationship. He expected the girl to shop, clean, and be responsible for him for the rest of their lives. He pretended to want what she wanted for years, and she was dumb enough to believe his excuses on why he couldn't do it yet. She demanded and deserved a responsible, equal relationship. Divorce was one of the best things that she ever did. Wow. Well, there goes that. Yeah, I need to Pokemon go to the polls. All right. Hello, Brianna Blake. I don't know why y'all out here roasting. You know, we're on that Mewtwo hunt. We're out here hunting, you know, a Ditto that has been colored silver, and then they put a fucking nut on its head and called it a mythical Pokemon, you know. Pokemon reaching new heights. Okay. American Odyssey says, hey Kyle, not to derail the stream, but what do you use to spoof in Pokemon Go? I would never spoof in Pokemon Go, but if I had a secondary account, and if I chose to do something like spoofing, I would probably use Pokemon Go Plus Plus. That is available, you know, through Tweakbox if you're on iOS devices. You know, you just go to Tweakbox app, download. Whoa, this isn't a tutorial on what I would do hypothetically if I were the type of person that would spoof on a secondary account on Pokemon Go, but I don't do that. Okay. Number 28. On the list of 35 insane breakup stories, out of nowhere, a year into being married, he said that he wanted to join the Marine Corps. He also wanted me to drop out of law school, birth babies, take care of his mother, and run a household all while he's deployed. I'm gonna pass. Hard pass. What the fuck? What the fuck? Barbarian Wolf says, I just sent you a friend request on Pokemon Go. You mean to my main account? Yes. I will accept that on my main account at my earliest convenience. I'd actually like you all to do something. If you talk to me on Snapchat, I'd like you to send me your username in the stream chat, please. Because I get really confused and I just want to know who you are so that I can recognize you properly. I don't want to mix people up, you know? Some of y'all got some basic ass names, you know what I mean? Like,
My name's Aries Jesse. I found your channel a few days ago, and I've been binge watching ever since.
I'm kidding, okay? It's just a little bit of harmless humor. Again, you guys don't know it, but some of the things that I say, I don't even really mean most of the time. Not all of the time. I think you guys know I'm crazy about certain things. But sometimes I just say things to kind of throw people off the trail of the channel because, boy, oh boy, some people end up having some outbursts down the line. And it's the type of thing where I wish I'd rip that Band-Aid off quickly instead of having them watch for a long time thinking that I was one type of guy and then one day revealing to them that I'm not, and then they're upset. I'd rather them have just come, heard me say something that they were triggered by, and then just left. You know what I mean? As opposed to them kind of like in this list, building a relationship only to realize something and then go, Jesus Christ, I can't have anything to do with this guy. So Aries Jesse, I hope that there's plenty of things on the channel that appeal to you and to everybody else in the stream. You know, trying to please you is what I'm all about. So let me know what you want more of, and maybe you will get it. Okay? Maybe you will get it. Number 27. My wife and I married quickly without getting to know one another. Sounds smart as hell. She was raised in a Mormon home, and I was converted to Mormonism at the age of 18. We played the roles of provider and nurturer, meaning one of y'all working and one of y'all taking care of the damn kids, in our marriage according to the teachings of the faith. That book told y'all to do that, huh? Interesting. I left the faith about 6 years ago, and she stopped attending about 2 to 3 years ago. The very difficult conversation when I left made us talk about things more than we ever had spoken before. We dove deeply into many aspects of our lives, marriage, desires for the future, and I realized that after years of marriage that she was actually an incredibly smart and dynamic woman. Ugh, she's got vigor, she's got spunk. This bitch can do anything. I'm kidding. This woman can do anything. Turned woke. I loved her a lot before this, and I always I loved her a lot before this. I always thought she was amazing, but because of the dynamics of each of our upbringings and the dynamic of our faith, I never realized how intelligent she was. I asked her her opinion all on things all the time now. We left our faith, ditched most of our baggage from our sexist upbringings, and I realized how great of a lifelong companion I have. I am ecstatic about it. See, this is exactly the type of candy-ass, non-breakup type shit that I was warning us about, because the list, I have made a concise little title in calling it 35 Insane Breakup Stories, but in reality, it's about like, I think the list's title is, what is something that you found out about your significant other years into the relationship that made you reevaluate the whole relationship? And the reevaluation could be for the better. Look, man, Hannah need to shut up, and y'all do not need to be taking, advice from her on how to spoof in Pokemon Go. If you do choose to spoof, please do it on a secondary account, because it is not something that you should endanger your account with. So what does that mean? Maybe you have a separate phone, you know, that you just want to, you have an iOS, like an Apple phone that you just want to screw around on. You know, jump into this Tweakbox crap, download, but wait a minute, we use Pokemon Go++, and if you want to teleport, you have to donate. But at the same time, they don't have to teleport. They can just use the joystick and move the thing around. A random person says, "What spoofing?" Oh my God, this is literally like I'm turning the stream into something for the 3 people who are curious about Pokemon Go still. Look, okay?
Just look up videos on it.
Look, spoofing is in the game when, even though you're not moving, your character will move as if you are walking around in Pokemon Go. People have been spoofing since day one, and it's been how they, you know, level up fast and get all in Pokemon and shit like that. No, you're fine. I'm not mad at you for asking, my man. I'm just like, you know, I don't want to alienate the other people any harder than I already do typically by not staying on point. Oh boy. Chris Hansen said, "Kyle, I am the real deal, not a novelty," responding to something that I said probably damn near 15 minutes ago now. So as we roll up to the next entry on this list, we arrive at number 26. He likes the middle brownies, and I like the edge brownies. Unsubscribe. That was when I realized we were not meant to be. Wait, what?
That would be perfect. Then you don't
Oh no, she said this is when I realized that we were meant to be.
Yeah.
No, seriously, I felt complete at that moment. Oh, it's like one of you likes egg whites. No, wait, it's like one of you likes the white of the egg, and the other likes the yellow part. Interesting. Y'all sent Chris Hansen to gay baby jail? That's pretty funny.
Time he said that.
That's pretty funny. Y'all sent Chris Hansen to gay baby jail. I'm dead serious. If you guys Snapchat me, send me your name in Snapchat for whatever your name is in the stream chat. You know what I mean? So on Snapchat, send me the name that you use in stream. And no, I'm not going to use it to keep tabs on you. I'm just, you know, I'm just saying, you know? It's not insurance or anything. Jeez, calm down. My God, I'm just curious. What? Number 25. Let me start by saying that my wife has Asperger's. Ooh, we don't get a lot of lady Asperger stories. That'd be really cool. You know why it would be cool, and you guys are not going to like to hear me go on about women again, but here's why lady Asperger stories would be cool. Because women, and y'all are not going to want to hear this, but if you're living in the real world, and you understand the dynamic of some women being able to get away with pretty much anything from the right guy, you know what I mean? The bottom line is, you know, a lot of guys will put up with pretty much anything out of women. I'm talking about incredibly crazy behavior. You know how they, you know, the saying, you know, the hotter they are, the crazier they are. People put up with motherfucking crazy, dude. So what is Asperger's but a splash, but a little raindrop in the ocean that is some of these crazy broads out there, right? Some of these girls probably have these issues, and the guys just laugh it off and go, in the same way that like some bitches who are after, you know, just like a hot guy, you know, they'll put up with that dude treating them like shit, you know, because I mean, well, he's what they want, my dude. And the bottom line is, it goes both ways. So that's all I'm saying. That's my little anecdote. I apologize. Let's continue. Let me start by saying that my wife has Asperger's. She didn't even know until we were married and we tackled it together. That wasn't what really shook me. 7 years into our marriage, a random conversation led to her revealing that she's never felt anything when we kissed, but she went along with it because she knew the importance of it as a romantic gesture. I'm flabbergasted, as our first kiss had left my lips tingling. To me, it was more than just the act. It was a genuine chemistry between us, but with her Asperger, she couldn't process it that way. Hearing that she went along with it because she knew it was supposed to mean something just breaks my heart. Every single kiss suddenly felt like a lie, and I started questioning whether she actually loved me. It took me months of therapy to reconcile and reassurances that she did feel love. Sorry. He only switched out one word, but throwing a Y into the middle of a word will send your motherfucking brain on a... Man, it's still fucking me up. I'm going to need to shut down and reboot IL protocol, like disengage this fucking list. Woo! Look, she did feel love, but it wasn't something that she was assuming she could feel for me. It's been about 4 years now and we're still together. I came to accept that she just doesn't process our kisses the same way. Okay, well that's adorable, but it kind of hurts, you know. I can see where he's coming from on that bing bong salad, you know. As we continue up this list, Torture Your Soul says, son driving my wife crazy, gotta go get this under control. I like the idea of just like a little monster of a child, probably between like 2 and 4, just like he's swinging on a chandelier or some shit. And he's got like a foam mallet and he's just like banging his head on it. And she's like, come down, just come down, put the cat down, please, what's wrong with you? I'm tired. Go to sleep. I'm not sleepy. My teeth. Fucking kids. Number 24. She lied about being financially kids, dude, they're as funny. Like, I don't think there's anything funnier than kids that can't calm the fuck down, as long as they're not yours. Number 24. Can you get this out of my way? She lied about being financially responsible and was formulating a plan to murder me.
What?
Well, that's a wrench. And that's a wrench in your plans, my dude. Somebody said, I'm gonna need a little more backstory. This dude's name is banned for typing the truth. I fucking love him. She and her second spouse declared bankruptcy. She convinced me that her partner was to blame and that she knew how to manage money. She nagged me until I gave her control of the bank accounts, and when I found out about the second part, they had racked up $40,000 in unnecessary credit card debt. Bitch, what? Together we made about $80,000 a year, so we should not have been hurting. For the second part, my darling, loving spouse started watching those true crime dramas for the sole purpose of learning what real criminals did and how they got caught, so they would be making the same, or they could be, she could avoid making the same mistake. Excuse me. Oh my God. I found this out as she took $45,000 from my inheritance to pay her debt, as she ran out the door to go find another victim. I couldn't sign the papers fast enough. She did leave me a whole $5,000 to pay off my debt and take care of the house. So generous. I hope you got the fucking money back, right? Jesus Christ. You know, some of these stories, man, they'll just make you not want a piece of any lady's Kit Kat bar. Give me a break. Number 23. I realized that he would always blame me for his angry outbursts and mistakes. Why you make me do this? I'm just punching a wall. You see what you made me do? He punched a wall. I didn't even read that part. I shit you not. I shit you not. I didn't read that part, even though it was like right the next fucking line. Holy shit. He punched a wall and screamed about homework assignments that he didn't understand because I was sitting on the couch quietly. Bitch, you so fine. Just bend it over. I'm kidding. That would be kind of sweet, you know, because you're too distracting, maybe. Oh no, but not this guy. After he finished blaming me and realized that I was upset, he became all sad and wanted me to comfort him. What a pathetic human being. I'm glad I've grown past accepting that sort of behavior. You're damn right you grew past it, you fucking... Damn it, I'm in the ocean again, dude. Get me out of the ocean. Hello to everybody in the stream chat. How are you guys doing? You guys having a great day? You guys feeling all right? You guys feeling energetic? Is it the end of the day? Do you need to wind down and just take it easy? You know? Did you get some big ass titties in your day? I'm not talking about like folded down like man boob titties, you know? I'm not talking about like male to female no implant titties, you know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about fat, swollen, jiggly, talking about lift atop and then the titty drop. You know what I mean? The titty drop. Drop it on her titty. And I am finished moving myself back inland. And there we go. Let me go ahead and do this very quickly. Just bring up the splash image to finish the list of 35 insane breakup stories. Wow, we're only at number 22. Good for you. Every time we go to Dairy Queen, he tries to order the same Blizzard that has been discontinued for at least 5 years. They don't even carry the ingredients anymore. He refuses to try a new Blizzard because he likes that one. He gets mad at the teenage cashier and it ruins the whole night. I don't understand his obsession with this Blizzard, and it's the only thing that he is unreasonably stubborn about, but my God, it is infuriating. Well, a good wife would take his stupid ass home and Google the fucking ingredients and make it for him one time, and then test the relationship by seeing how he reacts to it. If it actually tastes like the fucking thing, then he should be over the moon and happy about it. But odds are, it's not going to taste like the real thing, and a good husband, a good motherfucker in a relationship would go something along the lines of, oh, this tastes a little different, but I like it, and I appreciate the sentiment, and you're a wonderful woman.
Yeah.
But if he goes, this isn't like the real thing, bitch, get the fuck out of that relationship. I know this is the craziest thing that you've ever heard from a man, saying that you should break up with your man if you make him a Blizzard and he doesn't like it. If you make him a discontinued Blizzard and he's incapable of recognizing the sentiment as the big deal here, sometimes it's really not about the act, you know? You drop into your knees and sucking some bing bong, you know what I mean? You lifting that top and jiggling them titties, you going out of your way to do something that this person will like. It's about the thought. You hear people say it's the thought that counts, my dude. In situations like this, that shit should go a long way. And if people aren't aware enough in a relationship to contextualize that they're doing this for you, they're doing this to make you feel good, then you need to align yourself with somebody that is mutually invested in you, that reciprocates your feelings, my dude. It's very important that even if you're unsatisfied, that maybe you put that shit away for a little bit sometimes and let a kind gesture be a kind motherfucking gesture. So I guess that's what I'm suggesting in this scenario. He didn't like the Blizzard you made for him? Unsubscribe to this relationship, motherfucker. You'll be hearing from my lawyer. Divorce papers served. Hang 10 dudes. I'm kidding. I'm done with the dumb ones. I am done. Can you believe the damn app shut down? I gotta start it up again. It started up. All right, as we travel up to number 21, that I had been inside his house before, years before we dated. I went to a house party and did a Centurion, which is 100 shots of beer in 100 minutes. Oh, the old I'm trying to kill myself. Got it. I was obviously wasted and barely remembering the night. Cut to us dating. That's the kind of man or woman that they're into. I'm lying in his bed and I ask him his exact address to tell my friend. The second he said the address, it prompted my entire memory of that night. I just gasped and I said, I've been here before. Pretty sure he was like, yeah, no shit. You were here all the time. Ha ha ha. Then a couple of years later, I discovered that I had vacationed at his parents' property when I was 12 years old. We were mutual friends with the family who owned it before, and it came up. It was truly bizarre. Honestly, a lot of weird shit like this has come up. It didn't make me question the relationship exactly, but it made me feel like the universe had always intended for us to meet. So here we have another person that just couldn't hold their shitty story in, even though it was irrelevant to the prompt that we have issued them. Hey man, you guys ever have a crazy situation that unfolded at a zoo? Give me your crazy zoo stories.
Well, I actually went to a McDonald's one time, but in a way it was kind of like a zoo, you know what I mean?
Can you shut up?
People everywhere.
Can you shut up? Like, this is not what anybody was asking for. Y'all people wild. Why you gotta be so wild? Why do you gotta be so wild? You know, that being said, guys, let us continue. It's gonna walk into the water again. I fucking know it. I fucking know it's gonna take me into the water again. You're damn right, Walmart's a zoo. So as we roll up to number 20, she hid that she was cheating on me and that she lied about being psychologically abused by her father. How you gonna fake daddy issues, my dude? How you gonna fake daddy issues? Worse, my nigga. And this is perhaps the realest thing I can say. How can you fuck up faking daddy issues? You know what I mean? What person is going to be aware of your past with your, I mean, maybe if you go speak to the father, you know, and you're like, you son of a bitch. And he's like, nothing ever happened. And you're like, you would say that, you fucking motherfucker. You know what I mean? What do you, and I doubt that happened. So how did he come to the conclusion that nothing ever? Someone says, funny, that's what my ex called it when I said I needed her to communicate with me better. I was suddenly scary and abusive. That's the thing about women. Y'all got to be fucking careful because one call and I'm scared and you're in jail. Ah, that's how it works. But y'all want equality? Get real, my dude. Get real. Equality for most guys would mean popping your ass in the mouth every time you're on that bullshit. Oh, thank God that there are enough of us that, you know, are I want to say reasonable in the mind, but that doesn't mean that there's a lot of us. You ever just read some YouTube comment sections? You know, that's what you got to remind yourself is that there are people like that out in the real world. You're rubbing elbows with people like that when you go to school, when you go to work. You know what I mean? You're in an elevator, you're on the road in your car. So everybody that you're next to is just one bad text message, one weird look away from going fucking crazy and trying to take everybody down with them. That's the horror of the world that we're living in, is that some of these people have the power to mortally, like, just ruin people's lives, you know, that have nothing to do with them. You're crazy and mad about some shit that went on in your life. You're going to grab a freaking firearm and go shoot random people, my dude. What did those people do to you? Nothing. But hey, nice life you got there. It'd be a shame if something happened to it. I'm kidding. Number 19, he lied about where he went to undergrad. It's a lot of lying about what went on with people's schools. I suspected it while the relationship was still going on, but after he moved out, I found some of the stuff that he left, which included transcripts from a different university than he had claimed. It wasn't even in the same country. I'm fairly sure that most of the stories he told about his childhood were lies. Well, that's some next level catfishing. But it's over, right? So that's good. Julian says this guy made a video a week ago talking about how his ex-girlfriend put bleach in his fish tank. Oh, God. That's on that level of, you remember yesterday I showed you guys that post on I Am a Total Piece of Shit where some woman had pierced the cat's ears. Jesus Lord. Olivia says she's heading into work. Got to make that money. Love you too. Take it easy. Have a great day, night, whatever time it may be for you. Looks like 18's deleted. What are we going to do about that? I guess we could go all the way back down to 36 and just read that one very quickly. Oh boy, 36 says, she told me that when we first met, she was broken, as she suffers from depression. I didn't brush it off, so to speak, but I kind of just bought, yeah, whatever, it won't be that bad. It's not because I don't think depression is serious, but I just had never ever been in contact with somebody with depression, so I kind of had no idea what it entails, if that makes any sense. Let Kyle get a little bit more insensitive than this douche in this story is right now, because I like to do that. I like to trigger people. Some people just believe that they're depressed because it's a word that's very, you know, it's a very common thing to believe that you are. Sadness and depression are just two different fucking things, man. And just because you can't handle your depression, oh my God, I just hatched a togepi. It's so cute.
I'm so jealous. Aww.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody who's saying they depressed, they never had a togepi. I'm kidding. Here's the bottom line. My people going through, I want to say it like this. Everybody's got different thresholds. You know what I mean? And that means that some people can, you know, take a gunshot wound and truck on. You know what I'm talking about? Other people, you know, let something happen that they don't like. The anxiety will cripple them to the point where they're on the fetal position on the floor. You know what I mean? In the fetal position on the floor. Because of that, you know, when it comes to sadness and depression, I'm never implying that you should ever attack anybody because you believe that they are not depressed, because in their world, because we all have different thresholds, it may be the most intense thing in the world that they're going through. You know, it's wrong to compare struggles, even though some people, hey, you know, some people foreclosing on a house and they're going to be fucking homeless. Some people are losing everything that they've ever made up until this point because some dirty ass wife is coming into their life and taking dogs and you know, taking kids and taking homes and shit like that. You know, some people are losing loved ones that they, you know, were not prepared for. I'm talking abruptly, whether it was a heart attack or a car accident or maybe even cancer, you know, like a life-threatening terminal illness that is that they've been diagnosed with out of nowhere. Some people are dealing with some real shit. And I feel like true depression comes from a feeling of hopelessness, you know, a feeling or realization that you can't do anything, that, you know, the control is out of your hands. It's a realization. It is a veil pulled from over your eyes. It's truth. It's you seeing things as they are, as opposed to seeing things as they could be. You know, you could view it as the difference between like cynicism and optimism, or maybe even the difference between nihilism and optimism. But the bottom line is, some people that y'all gonna run into, they're like 12-year-old kids. They're like 16-year-old kids. They depressed because some boy that they paying attention to ain't giving them the time of day. You know what I mean? They depressed because they missed an appointment that they really wanted to. Oh, my show came on at this time. I didn't get tickets to this concert. I'm depressed, homie. You know what I mean? This is licorice bullshit. You know what I'm talking about? And, you know, again, I'm not implying or encouraging anybody to be judgmental or to attack anybody that's not going through real shit. But I don't want to say that you should immediately swallow anything that everybody is hitting you with, because, and River saying everybody suffers in their own way, Kyle. I just said that. I just said everybody's got a different threshold. And for some people, you know, like I said, they can take a gunshot wound and they can keep pushing forward. Whereas somebody else, like a pinprick, like a needle prick, it's too much. It's too much, and before you know it, they want to kill themselves. And am I saying that that depression is any less real than anybody else's depression? No. But I'm saying that it is very popular these days for people to default to depression and anxiety as something that they just have, you know? Like, it's so in right now. It's very hot right now, you know? Ain't no scene or goth motherfuckers fucking around these days, running around with chains and black clothes and crazy, you know, fishnets and shit like that. Everybody's just, you know, I want to die. That's, you know, the way it is. And a lot of people need help. So here's hoping that the help that they need is available to them and that they establish a support system and that people are there for one another. But at the same time, I want people to kind of grow up and stop accepting some people just saying that they're depressed and rolling with that. We need to all be helping one another as best we can. Seems like a runaway point with nothing being said, but as you know, that's why I'm critical of some people, because some people ain't going through nothing. Even if they think that what they're going through is insane, think of it like this. A rich motherfucker who has never had a problem in their life, they're like 30 years old, and now they're struggling because, you know, mommy and daddy kicked them out. And even though they got them an apartment for them to live in, they're upset because they don't get to eat the foods that they used to eat all the time. And now they have to, you know, get other types of foods to make it. You know what I mean? Do you pity that? No, you shouldn't, my dude, because they had the time, they had the opportunity, they had the luxuries. What they're having isn't real problems, you know? We might refer to them as first world problems. So when I bring up the teenagers who are upset over, you know, not being asked out to prom or some bullshit like that, and they're going to claim that they're depressed, we can't let them get away with that shit. That's all I'm saying, you know, because there's depression and then there's just like you stepping on a tack, you know? Jesus. But forgive me as we continue this entry. She told me that she was broken and suffered from depression when we first got into it, okay? I had never been in contact with somebody with depression, so I kind of had no idea what that entailed. It's different with everybody, if it makes sense. Some real people who are depressed will hide that shit, you know? like I do. Yeah, I'm kidding. Number 5.5. Wait, not number 5. You're just conditioned to say number before numbers now? Ooh. 5.5 years of being a teacher later, and holy shit, cow fuck. You idiot. Depression is super serious. What am I reading right now? Depression is super serious. Is this like a middle schooler's entry? I've been in situations and scenarios that I never imagined being in because of her and her depression. How long does this go on? How long does this go on? Okay. I've been in situations and scenarios that I never imagined possible because of her and her depression. She's phoned me up twice saying that she loves me and she's sorry and she's gonna do it. I'm gonna fucking kill myself. What the fuck do I do? Exclamation point, question mark. I don't know what to fucking do, exclamation point. Thankfully, both of these times she never went ahead with it and just ended up in the hospital. And obviously I went up to her and she said, "Get my best angle. I'm putting this picture up on Tumblr." I'm kidding. Sometimes she's just crying and crying and crying and crying. A middle schooler wrote this. Countless visits to the GP for talks and medication. I'm just going to go ahead and drift through this motherfucker. But the good news is she's part of my life now. Vomit. This is my life. Or no, this is life. I'm fully aware of the seriousness of depression. What an entry. Yo, next time we hit a deleted entry, we're just going to keep fucking going, man. What a mistake I made going down to, if I had read that as the first entry on this list, I would have had such a bad taste in my mouth for the rest of this list. Holy shit. That was really stupid. Guys, you know what that entry was like? It was like a YouTube video from a douche tuber that is like, "Guys, people are depressed, guys, and they need your help. You need to make it, you know what? I'm gonna do a stream for charity. I'm a nice guy, and I want you to help those around you. Pay attention to what people are going through because, guys, depression's serious, guys." And then somebody goes, "Wow, I never realized how serious depression was." Until this guy was like, "You guys, depression's really serious." I'm sorry. Something about the phrase like "it's serious" kills me. It just does. Oh my god. Number 17. 1 year in, I found out his ex-girlfriend was actually still his girlfriend. Damn. We broke up with him together and became great friends. Well, I guess mutual dick is a great jumping off episode.
No.
Isn't it?
Not for me.
Oh my god. Annabelle Lecter says,
Thank you, Kyle, for making me laugh. I seriously love your humor.
sorry, I don't know why I read your voice like that. It's seeing that little creepy doll that makes me think of you just like winding up one of those like sitting in a tub naked, but you're like really pale. You look like the doll. You have long, really scraggly black hair. It's creepy. It's like dingy. It's a really dirty tub in the middle of a room, maybe not even a bathroom, maybe one of those bathrooms where like there's a drain in the middle of the floor. Real creepy pasta type bullshit. What am I talking about? Doesn't really matter. But then there's like a glitch, you know, like it's a videotape recording and it kind of stutters, and then you're not in the tub anymore. You're standing up facing the camera, and then somebody comes in and he's all like, "You guys, depression's really serious, you guys. I'm sorry." Number 16. She's a fucking anti-vaccinator. Oh my god. Somebody said run.
Hard no.
Somebody said run. Oh my god.
Someone I went to school with was posting shit about, vaccines. It's because there's more vaccines, there's more autism. Oh no. And they just had a kid too. Lovely.
You really don't know what to do. You really don't know what to do sometimes. Oh, man. That's the scary part about the world. We try not to think about shit like that. You know what I mean? I want y'all to think about this. And I don't like to get political. I'm just saying. I think we can all agree that Trump's doing a pretty hilarious job as president, where, if we could go back in time, maybe we wouldn't want Hillary in office, but I think most people would agree Trump sucks, okay? There are some people out there that still believe Trump is the best, and it's like, okay, weird. I figured we could all be on one side of that. There are people who believe that not vaccinating their kids makes sense. Weird. You figure we could all be on one side of that, okay? There are people who believe... What's another one? Because I just had it and I forgot it. Ain't that a bitch? Oh, there are people who believe that the world is flat, my dude. There are people who believe that the world is flat. And you figured we could all be on one side of that. You want them to be trolling, don't you? You want people to just be taking that troll shit to the next level. I'm going to have everybody going. I'm going to have everybody believing that I think the world is actually flat. But nope. River says, Kyle, I saw a Facebook post that went along the lines of, if you have a friend who is anti-vaccination, invite them to your child's birthday and graduation because they won't have that. Ooh. That's fucked up, though. Those kids are suffering, dude. Those kids are suffering. As we continue with the final 15 on this list, my God, I'm being long-winded, and I apologize. My wife and I have very little boundaries. Congratulations, Oftentimes we'll be having a conversation in our room, and if one of us needs to use the bathroom, we'll just follow each other into the bathroom and continue talking. Come on. If the conversation is good enough, poop won't hinder our dialogue. However, there are times when my wife is in the bathroom and locks the door, and I always thought it was weird, but it didn't bother me. We've been married for 9 years now. What is this? What is this? We met at 15 and we're now 28. We've grown up together, graduated together, traveled together. We know each other excuse me, my God. We know each other so well and have nothing to hide from one another, or so I thought. This all changed one day. I was feeding our kids lunch and she was in the bathroom. Unbeknownst to her, she did not lock the door. When I walked in on her, I witnessed her doing something that I never thought I'd see, something that lived in the back of my head, but I didn't think could be real. My wife of 13 years, a relationship, 9 years of marriage, 3 kids together, was shaving her upper lip. What's wrong with that? Women get hairy lips, you idiot. She is Puerto Rican and has a little peach fuzz that you can't even notice. But she was shaving it like it was a full-on mustache. She looked at me with this embarrassed look, and I thought to myself, what else is she hiding? I don't know that I'll ever look at her the same again. You prick! Why are people upvoting this? You prick! What's the big deal?
It's gotta be him kidding.
Is it a reference to something and it's going over my head?
It's gotta be.
I think people are upvoting it because they find it charming. That it's just like, oh my God, she hid this from me. And it's kind of like a switcheroo where you think it's going to be a big deal, but in reality it's not. But I think even talking about it is silly. Yes, women get hairy. What the fuck? You stupid bitch. Well, look, he probably meant for it to be a super duper little charming, like, oh, and she was shaving. What else is she hiding from me? Oh, like a Facebook post, like a BuzzFeed article. And everybody's eating this shit up. But me? I'm not basic enough for this shit to land. Doggy, what now? Give a dog a bone. Mr. Peanut Butter. Sorry. Hello, Eddie's Wiki. I appreciate that. I appreciate that $2, homie. But what about $200, Eddie's Wiki? Come on, my man. I heard that Eddie is in the business of prepaid Visa and MasterCards. I'm gonna say it like this. Back in the day on the internet, the Wild Wild West on the internet, there were a lot of those prepaid Visa and MasterCards just floating the fuck around. You know what I mean? And I used to be on 4chan and they would do these giveaways and everybody would think it was fake as hell, but then like random YouTube accounts of people, that were watching it and coordinating. And man, the internet has changed a lot, man.
It really has.
It really has. Like, I think about how Discord and shit like that is the way that things work now. But when you think back far enough, like MSN Messenger was a thing. AOL Instant Messenger was a thing. You had Yahoo Messengers and shit like that. My God, the internet has drastically changed. I was joking earlier, just thinking about like finding a kid these days and being like, hey man, you know, what's going on? And they're all like, man, I was in this match of Fortnite. And I was like, oh, that reminds me of this one Flash video on E-Bombs World. And they'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about, man? E-Bombs what? Something awful. You're awful, man. Get the fuck out of here. We're gonna fuck you up. And then they start doing, you know, some Fortnite dance. Yeah. And that's what's getting the girls wet these days are Fortnite dances. They're all like,
Oh my God. He does Orange Justice so bad. I love it, you know? He doesn't even do it good, but I still love it. God damn.
somebody said, Prelude said, dang River, lol, that 56K love connection. I remember people picking up the phone and me going, no! There goes your internet connection, man. One person had to pick up the phone. You know what kind of power that is for a mom? That's like a mom pulling out the cord when you're playing a console game. Pause that game. There's no pause, mom. Or pause that game. I gotta get to a save point. You don't understand. I shit you not. I remember one time I went over to my uncle's house and we were playing this game called Gauntlet Legends for the N64, but my man didn't have a motherfucking memory pack for the N64, so we had to leave that shit on overnight and try to beat it in a solid run before we were gonna fucking turn it off. And we did it, dude. But the fact that we didn't have any save, that's hilarious. That's the old school, man. I remember we used to have such drive to play through some fucking games back in the day before fucking, you know, we could jump on the internet and just figure out exactly what to do, before we were playing a game and having other people watch us or watching other people play through a full game. It was just us in a fucking vacuum for playing whatever the hell they developed for us to play. That shit was a little wild. Annabelle's fine. You know, y'all hit it with some single, you know, cap stuff. Y'all will be all right. Just don't spam, you know, like you're looking for attention. She wasn't looking for attention. That was like a recognition, Gauntlet Legends. A lot of people that I know don't know about that game. That was a wild little game that was structured like a fucking arcade game. And one of the things that I loved was, like most games, you run around, you break shit open because you're looking for materials, you're looking for like money, like coins, whatever. But in one of the fucking things that you could bust open, it was a barrel. Death would come out, and if death touched you, then you died. And it was just so, it was always like the funniest, like, oh my god, it's death, and then we'd run around the level. It was so gay. It was true fun. And all I want now is an Xbox S or whatever the hell's on my wish list so I can play Modern Warfare 2 because it's backwards compatible. You can make that happen. I appeal to you. I love you. Go get your husband's credit card. Because even the men I know in the stream have a husband. Guys, tell me how your husbands are. You know, I want to know. And if you don't have a husband, then I guess I could be. I'm kidding. Number 14. Today, my girlfriend told me that every time we argue, she wants to stab me. Well, at least she's honest about it. You gotta appreciate honesty. Somebody said, you can sharpen all of those knives because it's more painful when they're dull. Julian says, hey, Kyle, my mom pooped herself when she was younger and it went through a hole in her pants. And we are all, you know, wiser for this information, I suppose. Brian Cooper hitting us with another classic. Hi, I have AIDS. Let's make it a trifecta, guys. You guys got a dumber comment than the ones that I just read? You guys does anyone have a dumber comment than the ones that I just read? I'm going to remind you, like the video, first of all, and anybody who's Snapchatting me, send me your name in the stream chat, okay? Puppy Roo says, bro, all I do was Game Boy. That was the shit. Man, I think I remember playing one of the oldest Mario games. Like, I think the game came out in 89, I shit you not, for the fat, old school, gray fucking Game Boy. Kids wouldn't be able to lift that shit. Kids wouldn't be able to lift that shit these days. I want one bad. That's not even the old one. The new one was fucking huge.
I never had one.
No, they must be calling a new version the classic. I want an old Game Boy, baby. What if I went on eBay and was like, I want a Game Boy, an old Game Boy? They probably know what they're selling, dude.
Yeah.
They probably know what they're selling, so it's expensive as fuck.
I had a friend that.
$88, my man. Jesus Christ, Jesus. $88. 75 old school Game Boy. That's not bad. That's not bad. But what a novelty device it is indeed. 4 motherfucking batteries this bad boy took. Taking me back. Taking me back to outer space. It was a different time. I feel like I'm back in the water in the fucking Pokemon Go. I should just shut this bad motherfucker down. I should really shut this shit down. I don't even see the land. Okay, there it is. That ain't good. Guys, forgive me as we continue up this list. I'll use my other hand to scroll up. Number 13, that she wanted to have fights and be mad. Ooh, you got it out of her that's what she wanted. Yes, dude, some women want to be miserable, but they're not supposed to admit that because that must make look, here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. Ideally, smart guys in a relationship, they want a girl that isn't stupid, but is just dumber than them. Easy to stay ahead of, easy to manipulate, terrible to say. I'm not one of those people, but a lot of the guys that, I happen to unfortunately have had the mispleasure of becoming acquainted and close to, that's exactly what they want. It's the realness of it. You want to be able to, I want to say keep tabs on somebody and not have it so that they can get too many steps ahead of you. But I'll say it like this. Many women, because they are the ones in power in a relationship, are capable of beating somebody's men into a goddamn rut. They beat them into the ground in a way where they become the ditch. So that being said, they become the stupid ones. They become the one that is like under the woman's thumb, and the men become incapable of rationally thinking about how they could probably do better or just get out of this situation. If they were just willing to put a little effort into it and not be lazy. Laziness is what keeps a lot of these relationships together because they figure, oh, what are we going to do? Start over? Starting from scratch will be hard. That'd be a lot of work. Might as well just stay with this. Maybe things will get better. You know what I mean? But I'll tell you right now, and forgive this long-winded piece of crap, but the point that I'm trying to make is, if a woman definitely reveals to the man that no, fighting is what I want to do, you know what I mean? I feel like that would slowly make the dumb jackass cogs in his mind start turning like, wait a minute, she wants to fight? I should get out of this. And if you're in a situation like this is me slowly breaking it to you in the stream chat. If you are in a situation like this, whether you're with a guy or a girl who it's becoming a little apparent, maybe they live for this thrill. Maybe they watching too much reality TV show or shitty YouTube videos where they think drama is living. Get out of that. Get out of that before it's too late. Strawberry flavored Clorox bleach says, gotta go, Kyle. See you later, guys. You take it easy. Buy bleach. Look, let's propose a toast. Mine isn't strawberry flavored though. That'd be nasty. Okay. Mine is big titty flavored, guys. The only and best flavor. Totally not related. Shout out to my Snapchat. What? Number 13. That she wants to have fights and be mad. For example, we currently haven't spoken for 3 days and she's sleeping in the other room because I accidentally texted good night, sleep tight instead of good night. Because I was the one going to bed, not her. So in her mind, that text must have been meant for another woman. Okay. We live together, we work together, we share a car. How on God's green earth could I have a side chick? Like some bitch just shuffling in while she sleep. All right, you ready? All right, I gotta go. What the fuck? Jeez. You gotta... What the hell is loveisrespect.com? That sounds unbearable. A safety alert. Computer use can be monitored. It is impossible to completely clear. If you're afraid your internet usage might be monitored, called Love is Respect. What the fuck? Get me the fuck out of here. Wait, you think that's like a message to people who believe that their loved one may be tracking their usage online? Who knows? I don't, it's just a freaky message to go to a website and read your internet, you search. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, look, I was just checking the page out. I'm so sorry. Never mind. What the fuck? Game of Skills said, we gotta get out of here. Yeah, we really do. Number 12. Okay, that he was doing meth up until after our first son was born. Did he stop? I found this out after we were divorced, though. What was the straw that broke the camel's back? What made the divorce happen? I was young and stupid. After a few months together, he told me that he used to do it, but quit in order to be with me because he knew that I wouldn't put up with that. Then a few years into our relationship, he admitted that he had done it for the first 6 months. Then after the divorce, he admitted that he had stopped after our son was born. Blah, 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 blah. Nobody asks why the divorce, happened. Julian says, hey, Kyle, I'm going to go. I'll be back later. I love that you read some of my posts. Get over yourself, Julian. I'm kidding. I'm glad that you enjoy it. I try to read, whoever calls my name in the stream chat. You all deserve attention. And I love you for being here. That being said, I don't know, man. How are these posts omitting some of the juiciest parts? You get what I'm saying? River says, Jesus, I used to be an Uber driver every day since in my family I wasn't allowed to drive until I was 18, but was also expected to live alone. Now I have a driver's license. I'm glad. Juana Rodriguez says, hi, take it easy. As we continue, we arrive at number 11. We were driving home from a dinner in which we drove separately to, and without knowing it, she cut me off by merging into my lane last minute without using a blinker. Woman. I was annoyed at first, but when I recognized it was her car, it made me feel very strange. Well, not strange enough to end it, though. Remember, that's not what all these entries might be, even though, for the sake of a juicy story, we hope that that's what they may be. Let's continue. Number 10, final 10. Let me just read the hell out of these. She would lie about tiny inconsequential things, made me question my own perception of the truth and self-instinct. Eventually she was caught in her lie, and she denied even when presented with full proof. Gotta hate that kind of bitch. It wasn't something huge, but it was something that opened my eyes a little. My friend swears I was being gaslit. Bruh. Xylorn says, oh shit, Kyle, Chroma Prime should be out today. How do I get it? You get it for me. Nobody plays Warframe? Nobody plays Warframe and can give me things? Oh, you have to buy it?
I said, does he mean to buy it?
Oh, hell no. I'm not buying any more fucking frames. I got too much going on. And I'm going to be able to build Limbo Prime soon anyway. We'll be all right. Oh, boy. River Johnson says, what is being gaslit? You're not dumb, sweetie. You're just ignorant. Not bad ignorant. Just like, the definition of the term ignorant is, to be unaware of something, essentially. So, we're going to look up the Urban Dictionary definition of gaslighting. And it's a form of intimidation or psychological abuse, sometimes called ambient abuse, where false information is presented to the victim, making them doubt their memory, perception, and quite often their sanity, So gaslighting is basically just pitching some bullshit at a person and then trying to get them to accept it. Have you ever heard the term projecting? You know what I mean? Like Hannah's sitting on the bed right now, right? And, I'm sitting on a love seat. She could be sitting next to me. Not that I want that. Sit your ass over there. All right. But I'm dead serious. Don't come over. Okay, look. Okay, she's on the bed. And if I were to gaslight Hannah, I could imply, and no pun intended because gas, but I can imply that Hannah's over on the bed because she can't stop farting, you know? And then I could just start hitting her with all of this. You know, all Hannah does is just fart over there, and it gets on my nerves. And even though, you know, I don't like farting, I prefer that she sit next to me and sit in the couch so she doesn't fart up the bed. You know, none of this is real. None of this is real. None of this is like real. But oh God, why did I have to go to gas? It's like that's all my brain could think of. She was sitting there. I'm not gonna. You get it. You get it, my dude. Jesus says I moved out of my parents when I was 18. I'm pretty sure you moved out of your parents when you were 9 months old. But you know what I mean? Oh my God. Okay, as we continue. Yeah, as we continue.
Just remove that then.
You know, as we continue this list, Hannah, we arrive at number 9. He started hearing voices. We've been together since we were 18. That's not what that says. It says 11. We've experienced everything together. I love and accept everything about him. Shortly after moving in with each other, he broke down. He told me that he can't stand hearing voices anymore. I helped him see a doctor about it, and they evaluated him and diagnosed him with stress. In his words, he's pretty fucking stressed about hearing voices, so he's schizophrenic. After a while, he starts admitting to me that he's terrified of mirrors. Why? Because the people on the inside will take him away. We go back to the doctor again, and they tell him, you don't want to be diagnosed with something bad. It's just stress. What a thing to say to him, though. That's terrible. You don't want to be diagnosed with something bad? Nothing left to do other than keep bringing him back until they believe him. Doesn't help that he's now convinced the doctors that they don't want him to get help. That's kind of gay. That's really gay. I can't really blame him for that. It was hard to adapt at first. I would never have pictured him to have been going through such internal pain. The one thing that stood out to me, he had spent many years building my mental health up and doing anything that he could to bring me out of depression. I had been so selfish for a long time. How could I not have realized that something was wrong with him? I was supposed to be the person who knew him the most, and our relationship was unbalanced, and it was time for me to start picking up the slack. Ironically enough, we have an even stronger and healthier bond now. I hope that he got the fucking help he deserved. If this person's schizophrenic and hearing voices and seeing shit in mirrors, and then you go to a doctor and the doctor says, bruh, you don't want any bad diagnosis. Trust me, bruh. What the fuck? That's terrible. Thank you for the Government mental health employees say that this is out of their league and recommend he seek a specialist. Specialists say it's stress and tell him to work on anxiety. We can't afford private care. Why they keep just batting his ass around like a fucking pinball? That's fucked up. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. What do you recommend if somebody's going through something like that? The thing is, when people are broke, their options are super limited. I used to know a lot of girls that needed help, but their parents didn't believe in that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they were kind of stuck. Man, that's a pretty controversial belief that you're throwing out in the stream chat, man. Oh my God, is it still running in the background? You motherfucker. Punk ass app. Okay, sorry. The Pokemon Go was still running. I thought because I had like locked it that it stopped. How are we not done with this list? Am I that bad? I'm gonna try to read 3 entire entries in a row, and when I do, someone should give me $10. No interruption, no Kyle Bing Bongs. Let's call it the Kyle Challenge. I call everything the Kyle Challenge. Number 8, that she had been in contact with her exes, met them, and regularly cheated on me with whomever. 8 years, she was really good at hiding her tracks, and I only found out because I contracted a sexually transmitted disease from her. I was really glad that we didn't have kids and divorced her, moved away, drank too much, and then I met the most amazing person in the world whom I married, had kids, and didn't know relationships could be this good. Thank God for a happy ending. Jeez. Number 7. That my husband wanted to start fires and kill police officers. Jesus Christ. And was planning on framing me for it so he and his girlfriend could move on.
What?
And she could move in while I did time in prison. His time in prison.
What?
Damn. That's some ice cold shit, baby. Number 6. My now wife and I love musicals. What a way to start an entry. Whenever we're in New York City, we catch a Broadway show. If a good show tours to our city, we catch it. On one date, I offhandedly told a story about when I performed Wizard of Oz in high school, and she froze eyes wide and said,
You performed in musicals?
Yeah.
Oh, I had an idea. This will take me a while to process.
She was pretty quiet for about 20 minutes and then said,
Okay, that's fine. I just never knew I was dating a guy who was in musicals.
never figured out why it threw her so much. But that was that, and it never bothered her again. Somebody says it's not what you think. Men who've performed in musicals have always been her fetish, and she had resigned herself to never being satisfied, settled for fling after fling with men who have attended musicals, but never actually performed in them. When she discovered that you were everything that she'd been looking for, it took her a solid 20 minutes to imagine her life, reimagine her life, and now you're gonna need to give her something solid for 20 minutes. Not with you as one of many dudes of her periphery, but as the man at the center, her whole reason for being. If you had told her before that on one critical date that she might one day marry you, she would have laughed. But after those 20 minutes of reflecting, she couldn't have imagined it any other way. Game of Skill is asking if I can do a Timmy Turner impression. I'd have to hear Timmy Turner because it's not a voice that's like constantly in my head. I just remember him as an annoying fucking kid. I really do remember him as an annoying kid. I'll get back to you though, you know. Jesus says, I wonder what the fuck she was thinking in those 20 minutes. And then River says, holy shit, my husband might be gay. Hell no! Number 5, man. He told me from the very get-go, which is to say the start, this is how, you know, white people speak, that he was diagnosed as Asperger's in grade school. But I just brushed it off because I know many people who half-heartedly claim to be autistic. But a couple of weeks ago, I was lying in bed while he was putting away one of his 50 pocket watches in his holding box that he keeps in pristine condition, ticked away in his sock drawer. Then he proceeded to pick out a new axe to carry in his backpack full of supplies, and for some reason it just hit me for the first true time that he is 100% totally on the spectrum. Wait a minute, that's a lot of pocket watches, and that axe is the tip of the iceberg. Oh my god. Can't I make you understand you're having delusions of grandeur? Oh my god. Shut up. Okay. It made me think back to the times when he has done things that absolutely infuriate me and he has no idea he has done something wrong, and suddenly I could see that he wasn't being manipulative or underhanded. His brain simply works in a different way to mine, and even tried to warn me of this. I just for some reason chose to disregard the information. He is super willing to meet me halfway. Even when he doesn't understand why something bothers me, he acknowledges how I feel and stops doing it. He is the goofiest, most eccentric ball of love that I have ever met, and coming to terms with his autism has made me love him all. Oh man, I'm having a good chuckle like I'm an English teacher or something out in this bitch. There's an apostrophe after the A before LL. A apostrophe LL. Something's real funny to me about that. Okay, I'm done. It's like the first time you see my lady, you know?
Oh, jeez.
And you're like, wait a goddamn minute, is he being funny? Is that ironic? Is he serious? Milady? Oh shit. Wait a goddamn minute. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. That's stupid. I apologize. It's childish. Number 4. Ooh, what a phrase. What's hers is hers. What's mine is ours.
Ugh.
Wow. Somebody said, I found this out when my wife moved in and I found a sleeve of Girl Scout Thin Mints in the freezer. Ooh.
Did you eat these? Who the fuck do you think you are? Oh my god.
It'd be even funnier if she was just mad as hell and like he's just like, I'm not cheating on you.
And she's like, this ain't about no fucking woman. Where my Thin Mints? You're buying me 6 more. I need them now. You need to go find me some Thin Mints now.
Women and they food. Okay. Number 3. A year in, and I found out that she had lied about getting an STD test. Turned out she had more than one STD, which somehow I tested clean for. Super dick. Immune to the poison. Somebody said luck. 999. I'm gonna get struck for that. For sure. They're just numbers. YouTube, chill. Chill, YouTube. You know, I'm thinking about that one kid with the cross. Kid with cross. Chill, YouTube, goddamn. Please. YouTube, chill. YouTube puts the door in. What'd you say? You being insensitive in here? That's not very woke of you. That's not very woke of me. Holy shit. Number 2. About a year in, he told me that he was about to get full custody of his son. I didn't know he had a son.
Oops.
Malware Bytes is telling me that there's a new version of it available. I need to download it, but I guess I can give it until I read the final entry on the list of 35 insane breakup stories. Number 1. One weekend we were supposed to go out on a date, and he stood me up. I couldn't get a hold of him at all. I was freaking out thinking he was dying in a ditch somewhere. Turns out he had gotten married over the weekend to a girl who had given birth to his child.
What?
I never knew about them. Oh my God. Somebody said it's a shame about that ditch. It's not too late. It's never too late. Just dig that ditch. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that list thoroughly. I want to give a sexy and special thanks to my man Momo for that immediate initial Bing Bong donation. I also want to thank Eddie's Wiki for his donation. And I just want to thank you all for being amazing, being sweet, being wonderful. You deserve all the good things to happen to you, and I hope that you guys are satisfied with your day. What the fuck? If they could secure the rights for some Shrek shit in Fortnite, we would all have to reluctantly sign in. Don't you wish Fortnite was the biggest game in the world? And it probably still is. But during that peak, why couldn't they have secured some dope-ass skins, you know? Because if I could play as like some kind of Marvel character in Fortnite, maybe I'd give a damn. Maybe. The game still sucks, but I at the very least would have friends to play it with. And friends make everything, better. Carl Pilkington is on a marketing? Oh, he's doing a grit. No. This is probably sarcastic. I think Carl Pilkington just, you know, doesn't give a fuck. And that's the appeal to him. Unbelievable. So guys, I hope you guys have a sexy evening. Jesus said, what do you mean they got bitch-ass Thanos instead? That was amazing. It was fun. It was cool. It was interesting. It worked. And it's just a shame that it wasn't a permanent thing as far as, you know, characters being able to stick in that game. That's how you know Fortnite was the biggest motherfucking thing in the world, that they could just throw some fucking words at the Russo brothers and have them go, hell yeah, I want that shit. And you can go over Disney's head with fucking licensing and all kind of bullshit like this, you know what I mean? We'll just be like, oh, well, it'll just be a temporary thing. And the mouse is just like,
oh, I guess whatever. You know what's gonna make money and get people in that fucking theater? Whatever you want to do. Just make sure I get my fucking money, huh? Oh.
That's my Mickey Mouse impression. There it is. Oh my god. Can't wait to get back in Can't wait to get back in Warframe to see what's really going on. Get up there at the top of this bing bong. Here's hoping all of you have a fantastic night, though. And, you know, you take it easy. I'm wondering if I should do the, the list tonight, man. I don't know. I like my kitty cat who hangs up out on top of the, chat. He's cute. But yeah, guys, take it easy. Want to thank my sponsors for being amazing. You keep me doing what I do. Want to thank my patrons for being electric. You keep me in the know. And guys, you know, go jump in my Discord. Send me a Snapchat message. I want you guys to help me stay aware of what the fuck's going down. Because I'm not that opposed to doing like news kind of bullshit if it's interesting enough and I get to like not personally attack anybody. That would be wrong. But if I get to kind of just like make fun of what's going on, I would love to do that kind of video. But usually I end up finding out about things like a day after they happen, so it's like irrelevant. River is saying, what's the Discord link? It's in the description, but I'm trying to throw it into the chat now. There it is. You all know the Snapchat name is the same as my name. And add me on PSN so that you can give me your Warframe stuff. Love you. Take it easy. And I'm really thinking about whether or not I'm going to do the list tonight. So if I don't hate me. It is 8:30 right now, so that's like only an hour away. Give me a break. I love you guys. Talk to you soon. What? No! Hannah found a shiny Magikarp. Where is it?
They're not shiny for all of us.
It's not shiny for everybody. This pisses me off.
Oh, come on, you've gotten one before.
I want one now. I want shiny Magikarps, dude. Whatever. Guys, have a great night full of me not getting a shiny Magikarp. Ain't that a bitch? Anybody listening to this right now, go make my day by going to my Amazon and purchasing something from me. I love you. How about that? Oh, but seriously, I want to do some kind of all-day thing for you guys, but we need to come together and figure out what the hell it should be. We should probably just kick it and watch a damn movie. But what movie would be the real question? We can probably, I haven't seen a lot of old movies. We'll have to figure that out. See you guys soon. I'll try to do something later. Bye.